What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Trail Run, your exclusive access to our beautiful community, Trailside on Harmony. My name is Amal. I am the sales counselor here, and today we have a very special guest. This person is very important to our business. She is awesome. She's amazing. And I want to introduce you guys to Mary Steinmeyer. Mary, thank you so much for joining us. She is our lender partner with Brook Hollow Mortgage, and we brought her on to help shed some light on what's going on with interest rates and really give you guys a better idea on what to expect out there in the market. So, Mary, tell us, how long have you been in lending?
A little over 20 years.
20 years.
Well, and I've been working with Wonderland about 3 years, I think, a little over 3.
3 years?
Yep.
Nice. So you've seen so many changes in the lending process, different things going on. One question we wanted to ask you is, we get people who are out shopping, they really like our homes, but they're really hesitant to do the loan application. And they are really concerned about once they do that application, it dropping their credit score. Can you talk a little bit about some of the misconceptions around doing a loan application and around the credit score once they do an application for a mortgage?
Absolutely. There's a lot of misconceptions around that. I think because most people know their Vantage credit score. That's the credit score you're going to get from Credit Karma or a credit monitoring company like maybe your Citi card. And a Vantage score, you can look it up. You can Google the difference between a Vantage score and a FICO score. What I use is a FICO score, and it's always going to be roughly 30 to 50 points below what you see as a consumer. And that's just because it's weighted differently for a mortgage. We look at your debt differently, how you pay your bills, are you paying on time, your allocation of debt, how many things are installment versus revolving. So we're just weighing your credit a little differently. That doesn't mean when I pulled your credit, I dropped it 50 points. If you go back and look at your Credit Karma, it probably only dropped a couple points. A hard pull is always going to have about a 2 to 5 point impact. And when you're shopping for a mortgage, it's important to remember that the models are set up to understand that that's something you are going to shop for. So if you're going to apply with me, then maybe apply with your best friend's lender or someone else that comes highly recommended that's brick and mortar and in-state, and have a couple people check it at the same time. That's only going to count as one inquiry. Now, they can't offer, I don't think, the 4.5 that we have right now through Brook Hollow. But when you're shopping a mortgage, it can be beneficial to kind of plan ahead and do all those inquiries somewhat together.
Thank you so much for sharing that. That's going to help a lot of people out there. Only a 2 to 5 point drop. That's very interesting. In terms of interest rate, Mary, can you talk a little bit about what purchasing power means to a buyer and how rates going up and down, fluctuating, how that can affect their purchasing power?
It really depends on the buyer, the loan program. One of the questions I hate the most is when people call me and ask what rates are today. That's like me calling you and asking what housing prices are today. It really depends on what you're looking at. So, how much you're putting down, how your credit is. Are you looking at a conventional loan, an FHA loan, a VA loan? What I can say is these low interest rate programs that we have through Wonderland and some of the other builders they can make a huge difference. I've seen $600 to $1,000 a month savings depending on the scenario. Now, if you've got excellent credit, even in this market where rates are easily in the high sixes, it's going to make a significant difference if you can lock in the 4.5. It's going to allow you to buy. I think you and I have had some scenarios where people were looking at more expensive or less expensive homes, but your payment ended up coming in lower, so they're able to buy their dream home and actually have a lower payment because of the interest rate.
That is huge. That is big for our buyers. Me and you did 2 deals last week where the interest rate was the difference. So it's coming in big. You mentioned a little bit ago that we do have a really great promotion going on right now. It's our 4.5% rate lock, and that's a 30-year fixed product. And that's for any home that we have that goes under contract by the end of October, close in November. Can you share a little bit about what a buyer would need to qualify for that?
Absolutely. So that is a 30-year fixed product. I get a lot of questions about that. I know there's a lot of builders out there with buy downs and ARMs and other products. So what's nice about this is it is a 30-year fixed. It's designed for 750 credit score and at least 5% down. But for people who might not be in that exact scenario, it is still an option. I've done a loan with a 680 FICO score, and we were able to get them the rate with just a 1% discount fee. So trying to get 4.5 right now, paying 1%, you can't find that on the market. So even if you don't fit right in the box that this program's designed for, it doesn't mean that you won't be eligible or that something can't be worked out. We've also brought the rate down more for some buyers, or we've taken the rate up a little bit. We had one buyer in another community of yours who had a low FICO score and needed to do subordinate financing. He needed to do a second mortgage. And by taking up the rate, we were able to absorb those costs for him. So there's a lot of flexibility around it. It's not a one size fits all cookie cutter program. So it can help a lot of folks. If you don't think you're quite in the bucket for this, give us a call. We might be able to figure something out.
Wow, that is amazing. That's great to hear, especially since people don't necessarily know what they're looking for. It's great to hear that it is flexible and it's not one size fit all. It's very flexible, like you said. So we appreciate your time, Mary. Thank you so much. I got one more question for you. It's a curveball. It's gonna be easy. It's gonna be easy. What movie makes you cry every time?
Bridget Jones's Diary. Love that
Okay.
movie, but I cry. Nice boys don't kiss like that. Great line in that movie.
Okay.
Thanks, Amal.
Well, Mary, thank you so much for your time. This is going to be so helpful for everyone who's watching this. If you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to us, like, subscribe. We will get you in contact with Mary. And thank you for joining us. See you next time on the trail. Have a good one.
Thank you, Amal.